Trast family treehouse. We're putting together a cable suspension bridge. You can see the first floor piece that's been installed on that. And I've got the cable. It's kind of hard to tell here in the dark, but it's the two cables. They go around the tree trunk, and they're protected like this one is out here. There's some blocks of wood that the cable is going to go around. I'm going to adjust those a little bit and block them so they can't slide down any further. I've already got some nails holding them in place. I'll do some more of that as I get it all leveled up. I've got the first floor piece up there, and the basic construction is just 2x4 on the bottom with some slots cut out to the diameter of the cable, and then 3 5/4 by 6 planks, 18 inches long, attached to the top of those. So I can just set it down on the wire, and then in a further video we'll see more detail, but I'm going to secure these to the wire by running rope around the cable, over the top of this piece, and then around the cable again, and then that little bit of rope in between is going to create a little gap in between these. And I'll use the rope to tie them, the two pieces together, and also keep a gap between them to reduce pinching as people are walking on the bridge. But I'll have to show you more when I get all the pieces up there. Well, we have a little more detail now. See, I've got the cable up, and I've got the bridge strung across there, and got a little safety guidelines up there. But the cable is attached, goes around the tree, and it's tightened up. Got a turnbuckle on that, tighten that up. It's pretty tight so far, and I'll get up there and demonstrate that in just a second. But it goes around the tree, and it goes around some blocks of wood. I'm going to increase the, I'm going to add some more support to those to keep it off the trees. But so far it seems to be strong enough to hold a person or two. We'll do some more testing a little bit later on. And here's a picture of it from the top, going out from the north side, up the north deck here, going over to the tree. And I got to cut some branches away, but hard to tell from the video how much flex we have. But if I bounce on it a little bit, you can see how much play it has right now. So it's a little bit wobbly. If I stand on each side and rock it back and forth, it's not entirely stable yet. We still have to put the guidelines on it, and those will be attached to the cables on the side here. And you can see that I have those slots that I cut out, and the pieces, each floor piece is mounted through the slots. And then the ropes will come up, and they go around the cable and over the top to secure those in place. So hopefully that will work out just the way I planned it. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. And the next thing to do is to install a wall right here with the doorway for the gangplank. And the door will be almost exactly the same width, maybe just slightly wider than the gangplank itself to avoid tripping. And then it'll go up a full 6.5 or so feet. I think these windows are set at 6'3". So it'll be for normal sized people. Might make it a little bit taller to avoid any taller people from hitting their heads. Trast family treehouse. We've got a wall up with a door. Got safety lines going out temporarily until we get our bridge properly protected with some guide ropes and some netting. That's wall number 1, wall number 2 with a window, Skylar showing us wall number 3. Her head is in the window, wall number 3. Wall number 4. Actually, this is the last wall we just brought up. Wall number 5 with another big window, and the tiny wall number 6, is a little shorter than the rest, but he's okay. He's just happy to be part of the treehouse. Out here on the bridge, got a little bit more work to do. I need to join those pieces together, but I've been load testing it, and it seems fairly safe. So all the pieces are on the cable. It's fairly snug. There is a little bit of gap. I might put some sort of step in the last location. A step up, and go ahead and step down, Skylar. Huh? Go ahead and step. You can see how the bridge sinks a little bit. So I might have to add one more step there to make it a little easier for the shorter people to climb up. But for the most part, it should be good to go. The cables are rated for 800 pounds. So as long as we don't get too many people on the bridge, it should be fine. And it'll probably take more than 800, but that's what they're rated for. So from the outside, we got the 6 walls up. And next we're going to build a ladder. And the ladder is going to go off the end here and down to the ground between these 2 branches. It'll be about 10 or 11 feet long and have a little platform on the end that will rest up here on this top step to keep it from sliding down. We may even attach it, may nail it to it, I'm not sure yet. But since the bridge moves so much, I don't know if we want anything attached to it. So we'll see. Family treehouse. We got the bridge up. We already showed a little bit in an earlier piece of video. And at the far end of the bridge now, attached to the tree. Still got to do a little bit of cleanup work. Got to put a little platform here on the top, but we have our ladder now. Homemade ladder. Cost about 20 bucks. And we have it supported by, yes, I know, I put nails in the tree. I used a 2x6 and nailed it to the tree. And that's what the ladder's nailed to, and it is extremely solid. And the next thing to do is to create some handrails and a rope. And I haven't decided how I'm going to attach them to the side of the treehouse yet, but then we'll have ropes running down the side, like little handrails with little pieces of rope attaching from the handrail in probably some kind of zigzag or mesh pattern to kind of reduce the chances of falling on the ground. And some more detail on the ladder. I got 12-foot 2x6 that I ran all the way up, and I cut the bottom off at an angle, and I cut the top off at an angle. I'm going to put a bracket on there, and then I used 2x4s, 15-inch across, and some square pieces of 2x4 for supports, and then I put 2 nails in the end of each 2x4. So there's 2 nails going into the end of the 2x4, and then it's supported on the bottom by these little 2x4 supports, so that if the nails begin to pull just a tiny bit, there'll still be something holding it together. And it's actually quite sturdy, and there's nothing really to hold on to on the way up except for this branch and another branch as you go up. I didn't want to have to deal with handrails, but there's pretty much something to hold on to all the way up, except for the first 2 or 3 steps on the bottom. So the next thing to do is to figure out how to attach some kind of post here to this 2x6 that I'm using to support, and this thing is nailed right to the stairs. But put a post up here so I can attach the handrail over to the other side of the tree. And the other side will be easy. I just attach it to the branch over there and run it over to however I'm going to set it up on the house end. So from the ground, it looks like this. Ladder going up to the bridge, bridge going over the house. Hey Trip. And Peter's running laps around the treehouse. So we're getting there. We could put some guide ropes across the bridge, put some covering on the outside, and I guess make some sort of roof. Haven't decided exactly what to do with the roof yet, still. But we'll see. We'll just make it up as we go along like we have been the whole time.